So now that we've got a couple of people on here,
Yeah.
go ahead and introduce yourself. Who are you? What do you do? And yeah.
Well, my name's Marissa. I am currently in college at Ohio University to be a kindergarten teacher. And in the meantime, I'm a nanny. And Alex had mentioned in her story, I do 24-hour shifts. So the family that I work for, they're both firefighters. So I go there, I get there at 6 a.m. I'm there until 6 a.m. the next day. So I'm there all day. I do that like twice a week. Um, and yeah, that's really my life right now, work and school.
Yeah. You're definitely like, obviously, you have like 24-hour shifts twice a week. So you're
Yeah,
obviously busy
yeah,
lady, but you still
it's a
get it
lot.
done for
Yeah,
sure.
for sure, definitely. That's
So
the goal.
good. So kind of tell us, a little bit about like your background, what you were doing before you joined the program
Hmm.
and kind of, what life looked like, before.
Yeah. I've always kind of struggled with my weight. It's definitely fluctuated a lot in my life. Like I've been on both ends of the spectrum for sure. And I've kind of always struggled with my relationship with food. Definitely have had some disordered eating in my past, body dysmorphia. But I feel like within the last couple of years, I've gotten a little bit better. Like I would go to the gym sometimes. Sometimes I'd watch what I'd eat, but it wasn't anything to ever really see any results. Um, and then Alex started doing her coaching, and one day I was just like, why the heck not? Like, let's just try and see. And yeah, it's definitely made a huge difference in my life for sure because my main thing was always my relationship with food was pretty unhealthy and unstable. So
Mhm.
this has been big for me for sure.
Yeah. And like, I forget if we said, but we haven't been working together for that long, like what, a month and a half, 2 months now, and you're already seeing, is
Yeah, two
that
months.
right? 2 months?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And you're already seeing like really big, just
Hmm.
changes mostly in
Yeah.
like mentally and how you're like
Yes.
seeing food and how you're starting to put these little things into actual like
Hmm.
habits in your life.
That's the big thing, the whole mental aspect of it, because if you're not there mentally healthy, it's not going to work. So,
Yeah. What's up,
yeah.
Clay? Thanks for the little wave. But yes, no, I totally agree. And so how do you feel like your view on certain things in life has changed just since joining a couple months ago?
Definitely that I want to make this a lifetime thing for sure. My one of my biggest reasons, honestly, for doing this, obviously doing it for myself, but I one day want to have kids and I want to be able to instill this lifestyle in them and help them set them up to be successful in that kind of way. And just to live a long and healthy, happy life and be able to go to do the things that I want to do because I've started now. So,
Yeah. I feel like that's so important that, it's obviously going to be easier the younger you start and
hmm,
earlier you start, putting these habits into place. So I feel like starting it now is really like an important thing if you are thinking about having a family like sometime in the
for
future
sure.
and wanting to, be able to teach them what you've learned later on in life, but teach
Hmm.
them from the start. So I feel like
Yeah.
that's so important because I know a lot of us, like myself included, I didn't grow up in a household where we necessarily ate very healthy. I mean, I was super
Yeah.
active,
Yeah.
but I never learned really what a balanced
No.
diet was or what, like, I literally probably until halfway through college was eating, I don't know, just all the carbs,
Yeah.
all the ice cream, all the pizza.
Uh-huh.
And at the time, like, I could afford it, but as soon as I
Right.
stopped exercising 5 hours a day from swimming, it caught up to
Hmm.
me. So I feel like, learning that from the start and what's a healthy relationship with food in terms of
Hmm.
eating enough, but making sure it's not junk also.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
like no shade to my mom because she's watching right now, but
what up, Stephanie?
we it's not like we were an unhealthy family or anything like that. We just like weren't extremely aware of all these different things that you can do to, live an even healthier lifestyle. And I mean, I wasn't an active kid until I got into high school. So, which is, I mean, really my own fault because I didn't want to play any sports until I got to high school. So that played a huge factor in it too.
Yeah, I totally get that. And so what do you feel like have been actually like tangible things you've put in place that have changed the game for you? Like mindset wise or actually habit wise or how you arrange your day or your schedule? What actual things have you changed?
So a big thing for me is, and it seems so minuscule, but it's huge. Hitting my water goal every day has changed so many things in my life. Like my skin is so clear now. Granted, I didn't have like super crazy acne or anything like that, but I would get, some pimples here and there. But I haven't noticed one pimple literally since doing this, since hitting my water goal every single day. And when I wake up in the morning, that's the first thing I do. I drink a fair amount of water, and I feel like it gives me just a boost of energy to get up and go to the gym or do whatever for the day, especially if I've like worked the day before and I'm exhausted and I don't want to go to the gym. I make sure that I drink some water, drink my coffee, and get to the gym no matter what. But definitely hitting my water goal every day has been a huge thing. I feel like that alone can make you feel so much better.
Right.
And then like with my workouts, I know what I do at the beginning of the week. I plan them out, I schedule them, so I know what day that I'm going to do them, and it kind of holds me accountable. Like, okay, I scheduled to do it this day, so I'm going to do it this day, and being able to schedule it around work and whatnot. And then definitely weighing and tracking my food. That was a huge learning curve. Obviously, the tracking and the weighing. It's a
Yeah.
huge learning curve, but it definitely makes a difference. It allows you to see how much you're actually eating, and making sure that, the macros and calories that you're intaking are actually accurate so that you see those results. But yeah, I feel like those have been huge things tangible things that I've actually been able to do that have made the difference so far.
Yeah, dang, you just dropped some bombs on us. So going back to what you said about water, so
hmm
that's obviously like your number one thing. It sounds like,
Yeah.
that's made like the biggest change.
hmm
You can actually like see the results in your skin and everything.
Yes.
So how do you get in that much water a day? I know the average person is like, bro, no, I
Yeah.
cannot get that much water. So
Yeah.
what are your tips for that?
It was for sure rough at first, but I finally learned that just I have a bunch of alarms in my phone. It's like every 3 hours, drink, make sure you drink, and just forcing myself to at least drink for a little bit at each of those alarms. And then I also I have a water bottle that I know how many ounces go into it. It's like 40 ounces, and two of those would get me to my water goal. So as long as I get both of those and I know that I'm good.
Yeah, no, that's
And
perfect.
trying to get in most of it at the first half of the day.
Yeah.
So
So you're not just like chugging water before you
yeah.
go to sleep and waking up in the middle of the night.
Uh-huh. I've found
No,
myself in that situation.
exactly. And then the second thing you said with workouts and like looking at your week at the beginning of the week and literally putting on your calendar when you're
Mhm.
working out that week, just like you would put in your calendar when you're working, just like you
Yeah.
would put in your calendar, like, I don't know, I'm going to a wedding this day, or I'm doing this or that, or I have this planned. So you put it in your calendar. So
Mhm.
why would you not do that with workouts? So that's what you've been
Right.
doing, and it sounds like
Exactly.
that's working for you, and it's
hmm
making you be like, all right, this is just the time of the day where I'm going to go. Like, just like you would
Yeah.
be like, all right, I have a meeting for work. This is what I'm doing at this time. You're like, I have a
Like
meeting with myself.
making it a priority because when
Hmm.
you put it in your calendar, like that's a priority. That should be, what you do that day. So,
Yeah, exactly. And then with weighing and measuring food, that's
hmm
obviously been, like you said, a learning curve. But
oh
it's
yeah.
it's so like interesting when you start doing that and figuring out, what a serving size actually is. And a lot of
hmm
the times it is a lot less than what you
Way
would
less.
actually put. on your plate or in your bowl. Like for example, like me and cereal, like
I was gonna mention you
that is a
mentioning cereal before.
robbery.
Straight thievery. Like,
It is. It's so bad. And like the amount of cereal I would pour in a
like a
bowl.
handful.
Yeah. I would literally pour probably like 3 or 4
Yeah.
servings
Oh
and
yeah.
seeing, okay, wow, I'm eating way more than I thought I was. That's not true. So like if you're tracking your food and not like weighing it or measuring it out in some consistent fashion,
Hmm.
and you're just tracking and pouring your bowl or to whatever and being like, okay, yep, I'm going to track a serving of this.
Yeah.
That's probably not a serving. The
Yeah.
only thing that I've found that I usually eat less of for some reason, which is weird, is like chips sometimes. I don't know. I guess I'm
Yeah.
not a big
Yeah.
chips person, but you
Like
get a decent
pretzels or
amount of chips.
something. Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure. I know,
pretzels
like
for sure.
goldfish, you can have like 50 pieces of goldfish.
That's a lot. That's great though. And what are some other things? Ice cream for sure. I was way
Ooh,
overdoing before I like started tracking.
that's okay though.
Yeah, but it's just like, whoa, okay, I'm
No,
actually
I
eating
know.
double the amount of fat. So it's just like interesting that you learn
Yeah.
actually what you're putting in your body and
Mhm.
figuring out, what works for you for sure.
Making yourself more aware, definitely.
Exactly. So do you feel like, those were the most helpful things towards, your success so far is tracking and water and um, planning your workouts and stuff? Or do you feel like there's any other tools that you've kind of picked up along the way?
I mean, definitely those, but then, I mean, obviously having you as a coach and someone that like can actually hold me accountable because I have tried in the past to do, consistent workouts like every once in a while, but if it's just me on my own, it never follows through. So having someone there to, not only keep you accountable, but celebrate those wins with you, which feels so good to have someone there with you to celebrate,
Hmm.
definitely helps tons.
Yeah. And I feel like everyone just needs a little extra accountability from time to
Hmm.
time. Like even, me as a coach, I have my own health and fitness coach. Not because I don't know what to do.
Right.
Like you obviously know what to do, but it's just having that extra accountability and having someone there to cheer you on, when
Hmm.
you're not feeling the best or someone there to, help you get creative through challenges and just
Yeah.
you don't want to let down your coach either. So it's like
Right.
I'm always like, well, I mean, I can't go back to Alex and tell him I sucked for the week. So
Right.
I'm always like, that is a total aspect too. But
For sure.
yeah, that's so important. And I love sharing your wins with you guys and
Hmm.
celebrating that with you. So I feel like
Oh
that
yeah,
was
I get so excited for our calls. I'm like, guess what I did?
good. Guess how big of a baller I was? Yes, exactly. And gosh, what was I gonna say? Oh, because like we can, feel really motivated and be like, all right, I'm gonna do this plan or I'm gonna join, Orange Theory or whatever and
Hmm.
do this and follow this diet. I'm really excited about this new diet. I've seen so many people have success on this, whatever.
Hmm.
And okay, we can stay consistent for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, four
Right.
weeks, but as soon as, you slip back into old habits or if it's a diet and you I don't know, have a piece of pizza or something, it's so easy to slip back into what you were doing and be like, I'll just get back to it at some point. But then
Right.
you usually end up back where you started, or sometimes even worse. So
Hmm.
having someone there to like pick you up and be like, nope, we are not
Yeah.
backtracking. Let's
Oh yeah,
go. I feel like it's so important.
definitely. For
Fuzzies
sure.
going
I
around.
obviously I can't do it without you or someone to.
You got this though. You're doing so good. Like obviously my
Thank
goal for you and
you.
all clients is to be able to do this on your own at some point. So
Yes.
obviously we haven't been working together for that long, but my ultimate goal would be for you to be able to do this yourself and
Hmm.
then teach your kids and teach, other people how to do it. So that's obviously my end goal. And I think, you're definitely on the way. You love working out, so that's like not
Yeah.
the problem.
Yeah.
It's just
It's
staying on a plan and
yeah,
nutrition and things like that. So, but I
for
feel like you're
sure.
killing it. So,
Thank you.
yeah, you're welcome. So in the beginning, do you feel like you were kind of so I've been a coach for a little while now, if you guys don't
Mhm.
know, and then Marissa just joined me a couple months ago. So do you feel like you were kind of skeptical with joining at first, or what kind of made you take that leap to ultimately join?
I mean, I feel like with most things, there is a little bit of skepticism at first, just because, especially within the past, from when I've tried on my own, I'm like, well, I didn't really see the results that I wanted, so what's going to be different
Right.
about this? But I think I just got so tired of that. I got so tired of not seeing the results that I wanted, and I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to try anything at this point, so let's do it. And then obviously seeing like other people's real life results that you've
Hmm.
shown, so that's proof right there.
Yeah,
I think is what ultimately helped me take that jump to start.
that's awesome. And people are going to start seeing your results and they're going to want to do it from you. So coming full circle for sure.
Yes.
Yay. So I feel like that is also a really good point because I feel like a lot of people are get so down on themselves and they're like, I actually just talked to
Mhm.
someone today who, just really gets in her own way and is like, I've failed so many times before. I really don't want to go through the emotional struggle of failing at something else and just
Yeah.
keep feeling like a failure. And I feel like that
Yeah.
gets brought up with people a lot, but I feel like again, like if you aren't just accountable to yourself and you bring someone else in on that situation, you're a lot less likely to, fall off the wagon and
Yeah.
ultimately feel like a failure. So
Hmm.
I found that so many times and I'm like always so sad. I'm like, no, but you're no, stop.
No, try this, try this.
Exactly. I'm like, don't feel like that. Oh man.
Yeah.
So I know it's
No.
such like a hard mental struggle for sure.
Yeah.
So if you had to say who you feel like would be a good fit for this type of program, like who do you think the type of person would fit in this program that would be like successful and see results and love it?
Um, I mean, honestly, like I don't want to be like anyone, but like truly, if you just have a little bit of motivation and, you know, time to invest into it, and if you're, especially if you're like me and you've tried things in the past, or like most people who have, almost everyone has tried things in the past and they've either not liked it, failed at it, were successful in it, and then totally took a U-turn. I mean, definitely they should try this 100%,
Yeah.
because I mean, it's, yeah, like I feel like anyone really, honestly, it's possible for anyone, truly,
Yeah.
as long as
Right.
you have that time and that will to invest into it.
Right. I mean, you definitely have to have, I can't jump into your body and make you do things. So
Hmm.
you
Yeah.
definitely have to have, the commitment and the drive
Hmm.
and the want to change because,
Yeah.
you know, I can help you and give you the strategy, give you the accountability and
Hmm.
everything, but ultimately, like, it's your decision to take action on that.
Yeah.
So,
Hmm.
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
some questions that are frequently asked. One
Yes.
is so a lot of times I found that people don't get enough protein in their life for, just
Hmm.
day-to-day recovery or feeling, full from meals. So if you're having just like a straight up carby meal, you're probably going to, feel
Right.
super hungry after. Or have you ever gone to Olive Garden and then taken your leftovers home and then you get home and you just eat the rest? Like
Yeah.
I've
Oh
definitely
yeah.
done that.
Oh yeah. All the
So,
breadsticks.
yes, oh my gosh. So, protein wise, how do you, obviously you have a decently high protein goal. So, how do you get
Hmm.
that in every day?
Um, well, Hope had mentioned in her live, which I 100% agree with, finding a protein source that you like and that
Mm-hmm.
you actually enjoy eating or drinking. So, like for me, for my protein shakes, the powder that I use is this hazelnut coffee flavor, which big coffee fan. So I love that. Oh my gosh, oh my like it tastes like my coffee. Like I love it so much. So I
Yeah.
have no problem with drinking that. And then like some tips that you've given me, like adding in, like I use the fat-free Fairlife milk. It's like 13 grams of protein right there, extra added into it.
Yeah.
So like finding those little different supplements that you can put into things that will add a little bit more protein. Um, And then definitely getting in most of it like during the first half of the day. So like when I wake up, that's when I have a protein shake. And then like with my lunch, like that's when I'll have like some Greek yogurt. And then like with my sandwich, just slap on a little bit of extra turkey in there and just making sure
Exactly.
like trying to get in most of it at the beginning of the day because towards the end of the day, when you've already eaten so much, you're not going to be as hungry, obviously, for more protein.
Yeah.
And then like I found like the Cliff Builder bar protein bars that you mentioned to me. I
Hmm.
love those. I always have one in my bag.
Those are my
Always.
favorite.
So if I'm anywhere and I can just pull that out.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. I think eating most of it in the first half of the day is what helps. And then also
Mm.
Pinterest, which I think
Mm.
a lot of people can relate. Pinterest is definitely my bestie when it comes to finding recipes that are protein rich, especially ones that are like with ground turkey, just because
Mhm.
it's so lean and it has a lot of protein in
Mhm.
it.
For
So
sure.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I feel like that you brought up a lot of good points, like spreading it out throughout the day, like
Hmm.
having, your breakfast, lunch, dinner, maybe a post-workout snack with a shake or something.
Hmm.
Because the worst thing is getting to the end of the night and you're still like,
You're like, oh
I
my gosh, I
have
have like
90 grams of
80 grams
protein
left
left
of
to get.
protein.
I'm like, oh my
Been
God.
there.
Yeah, I think we all have at
Yeah.
one point for
Oh
sure.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
like you said, just finding ways to sneak it in ways that you like
Hmm.
haven't before. So,
Yeah.
usually, when people start, they have never purposely gone out of their way to choose high protein foods.
Yes.
So, it's definitely like a mind shift change,
Hmm.
and you just have to like get creative and find different foods. But like you said with the Fairlife milk, instead of using, water, protein shake with water, ew,
Who
oh my
does
gosh,
that?
gag. You're literally serial killer if you do
Literally.
that. So using Fairlife milk for protein shakes, like you said, adds an extra
Yeah.
13 grams of protein.
Yeah.
Hello,
I
that's
feel like
super
that does a
easy.
huge difference for me. Yeah. For
Yeah. Or
sure.
like you said, putting a little bit of extra meat on your sandwiches,
Hmm.
having some in the morning with your breakfast, whether it's like a yogurt
Yes.
or whatever. So I feel like just, having those things throughout the day is so important.
Hmm.
And it's going to help with muscle building when you have spikes throughout the day instead of
Yes.
just having it all at once.
And it
So
just
that's
goes to
also going to be
waste.
super important. Exactly.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like you said, sneaking it in, getting creative. Ground turkey is one of my favorite
Oh yeah.
protein
Oh
sources
yeah.
because I feel like it's so, what do I say, versatile? Yeah,
Versatile. Yeah. For sure.
because I love sloppy joes, so I'll make sloppy joes with it all the time. Like manwich is really not that bad for you. Of course, okay, it's like in a can and it's like sodium, but like macro wise, really not that bad.
Not that bad.
So I make sloppy joes all the time. I make little like Mexican taco bowl type of
Hmm.
things.
Oh
Just
yeah.
making turkey burgers or
Oh, love a good turkey burger. Made
I
some last
know.
night.
Yeah, they're the bomb. Yeah,
Oh
so
yeah.
I feel like just having something that is going to be versatile for you, not
Hmm.
something that you're just going to eat every day, all day, and just get sick of it, like grilled
Yeah.
chicken and broccoli and meal prep that for 18 days in a row. Like, gross. Who wants that?
No.
Exactly. So,
No thanks.
getting creative, switching up your protein sources every once in a while because you don't want to
Oh
keep
yeah.
eating the same thing.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, no, I feel like that's
That's where
definitely some good
Pinterest
tips.
comes in. There's so many recipes on there. So many. If you just type in like protein rich ground turkey recipes, you will have thousands upon thousands that all look
That's
so
so
bomb
true.
and can be made in like 30 minutes. Yeah,
Yes,
definitely recommend.
totally. Very true. I honestly haven't gone to Pinterest that much, so I think I need to start doing that.
You do.
Oh,
Hmm.
wow.
Oh yeah.
So that is like definitely one of the most frequently asked questions with protein right there. But
Hmm.
another one is obviously you're super busy, and I know everyone is super busy with their job, with
Yeah.
possibly kids, with school and everything. I'm making ground turkey now.
Yes,
That's
Teresa.
hilarious. Let's go. Um, so how have you like broken down your priorities and made, your nutrition fit and your workouts fit? And I know you said you like plan them in your calendar, so maybe it's
Mhm.
just that. Or do you have any other tips on, because a lot of people are like, well, I'm just too busy to like eat healthy, or I'm just too busy to, get in all my protein or whatever. So how do you make that work in your life?
Yeah. Um, so like when I go to work, I've started packing food that I'm gonna take for the night before for the next day. And I just pack the stuff that I usually eat at home, so it's macro friendly. And it's usually like it's not like crazy stuff. It's like easy microwavable meals that I find that are good that still fit into my diet.
Hmm.
Um, and then like when I mean, I know it's not the case for everyone with their job, but like with my job, I take the kids on walks through the neighborhood like 3 times a day. I'm like,
Hmm.
well, it's better than just sitting around and doing nothing. So like if
Right.
you're at work and you're able to go out for a little bit and just take like a 5, 10 minute walk, it's
Hmm.
better than nothing. So, finding blocks of time to get out and somehow be active. Um, and then like just real it's like I said, like it's a learning curve, just learning how to make it a priority to eat better. So like go before I go out to eat somewhere, I like take a look at the menu and the nutrition facts and pick out
Hmm.
whatever that will fit best for me. Um, and then like what you've mentioned, you've told me before, actually spending time in the grocery store and looking at nutrition labels on things has definitely made a difference. And like I mean it took a while, but I just like went around the store for a little while and I found some things that like will be quick and easy things that I can grab on the go or something that will be macro friendly. I think has made a huge difference because at first I was like worried that being able to have this good diet would mean like cooking something for every meal, like, and
Right.
I was like, that's not happening for me at all.
Yeah, no, me neither. So don't
Yeah,
worry.
if you like really look at the store, there's so many things out there definitely that you can find that will fit into a busy lifestyle to help you stick with your macros.
Yeah, seriously, like just take a little bit of extra time in the grocery
Yeah.
store, walk around, look at the nutrition labels. Don't just go to your regular go-tos that you've been having for the last 10 years.
Hmm.
Like, get out of your comfort zone a little bit.
Take a
Like,
little
look
walk,
around.
look
Yeah,
around.
just peruse. I mean, this was
Yeah,
easier to do before COVID and having social distance and everything,
yeah,
but
true, but
not impossible
no,
at all.
yeah, yeah.
So,
And
yeah,
definitely like packing food has been a huge thing for me for sure. So
yeah,
I mean, packing your
of course.
lunch if you can, I think definitely
Hmm.
will be a huge factor in that.
Definitely. And I work with a lot of nurses, so this has been something crucial for them too.
Oh, I'm sure.
Instead of, everyone at work, when I was a nurse, we'd always like find something, to order as food or whatever, or as a group, or we'd go down to the cafeteria kind of thing. So I
Yeah.
usually packed my lunch every day, so I'm like, I'm good, I already have my lunch, like whatever, that kind of thing. So you don't have to be tempted
Yeah.
by those other things. So last question I have for you, and then I will leave you be for the night. But obviously, if you guys don't know, Marissa is my sister-in-law, so we just got back from vacation last week,
Yes.
last Saturday. So
Yeah.
I noticed on vacation that you killed it. You stayed active, you got workouts in, and you brought your food scale, you got protein powder. Like,
Yes.
that's awesome. So how did you like prepare for vacation and having like a week where you're going to be out of routine?
Um, I went into it definitely with an open mind. Like I was like, okay, I'm not gonna go nuts, but I'm also not gonna deprive myself because then I'll be
Right.
miserable and I will fail completely. So definitely bringing my food scale and then having the protein powder. And thankfully you brought your yoga mat and dumbbells. I did not think of that, but I definitely used them.
Yes.
Um, but so like I ate my usual breakfast and lunches while I was there. So that definitely helped. And then bringing like I brought groceries from, I mean we all did, but I brought groceries from home that were macro friendly that I could snack on throughout the day. And then around dinner time when we had these huge, delicious, big family dinners, I didn't deprive myself. I let myself have some of the yummy, fun foods, but I,
Hmm.
ate them in moderation. I didn't overstuff myself. Still weighed my food, some. not all the time, but I did most of the time. I weighed my food.
Hmm.
And then again, still making sure that I drank a bunch of water before those meals so I didn't stuff myself completely in them. And then finding time to go on some hikes, and then getting in little workouts was definitely, I mean, because you have a lot of downtime on vacation. If you're, I mean,
Hmm.
like I assume most people do, and you're just like, well,
Right.
might as well just get in a little workout rather than just, it takes like
Yeah.
15 minutes, just,
Right.
get something out and
Yeah.
back
Just
to relaxing.
exactly. It doesn't need to be anything elaborate. Like you really like
Right.
it'd be cool if you can find a gym to go to, but you don't have to. Just stay,
Yeah.
as active as possible.
Yeah.
Bring your dumbbells and yoga mat and get a
Hmm.
couple workouts in.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, like you said, you ate normal breakfast and lunches so that you could let yourself have a little
Yes.
bit of leeway and enjoy
Yes.
dinners. So I feel like that's so important. That's
Hmm.
exactly the epitome of balance. Like
Yes. Because if
tracking your
you,
breakfast and lunches and then having
yeah,
dinner off
if you
track.
deprive yourself so much, you're not gonna enjoy what you're doing. And if you enjoy what you're
Mhm.
doing, then you're gonna succeed at it.
Exactly.
So,
If you feel, and that's like a big thing with, food and having a good relationship with food is a lot of times
hmm,
these diets are so restrictive and you feel like, okay, I can't
yes.
eat this. I can't eat this. I can't eat this.
Right.
So, and then that leads to just binging on
Hmm.
whatever else there is there. So, I feel like it's so important to, instead of thinking of what you can take away from your diet, like what you can cut out, instead think of like, what can I add? So I can add some more
Yeah.
protein. I can add drinking more water. I can add more fruits and vegetables. And by the time you've added all of those things, you don't really like, you're a little too full to really
Right.
want to binge on those other things.
Yeah. Hmm.
So, and then if you are still hungry or whatever, you're craving a cookie, have a
Eat
cookie.
the cookie. Eat
Yeah,
the cookie. Let me
it's
tell you.
fun. Exactly. Oh, you froze. Okay, now I'm back. But yeah, so important. I feel like you brought up a lot of good points, and I don't want to take up too much of your time, but do you have any last things you want to say or bring up or
Uh,
throw out there?
I don't think so. I mean, really just reiterating the point that like don't deprive yourself because
Mhm.
it you have to allow yourself to live and have some fun and then you'll succeed. If you
Mhm.
balance, like you said, balance. Finding
Mhm.
that balance, definitely.
For sure. That's such a good point. And like not it might, your journey might be a little bit slower to get to your goals,
Hmm.
but if it's going to actually last instead of winding you back up at
Yes.
square one, that's
Yes.
the most important thing.
Yes.
So, definitely good advice,
Yeah.
Marissa. Thank
Thank
you
you.
for putting up with my technical difficulties on
Oh,
Facebook.
stop.
F you, Facebook.
Yeah, F
Instagram is
you.
where it's at, I guess.
For
But thank
sure.
you guys all for watching. Have a great night. Marissa, we'll talk Monday.
All
All
right.
right, girl.
I'll
Peace
see
out.
ya.
Bye.
Bye.